Chapter 9 Mrs. Patty's Weird House. Who said that? Michael asked after we heard the weird man's voice. Headless Marvin? It wasn't a person, Ryan said. It was one of those computer voices. Let's get out of here, said Emily, before it's too late. She sounded like she was about to cry, as usual. I wanted to cry too, but I didn't want to look like a baby. I'm not scared, I said. Me neither, said Michael. We went through the gate and climbed the front steps. You should hardly see anything. Even though I was walking on my tiptoes, the stairs squeaked with every step. I was trying to find the doorbell when I walked into some spider webs. They were all over my face. Yuck! Then I put my foot in something. It was stuck. I couldn't get it out. Ah! I screamed, shaking my foot. You stepped in a pumpkin head, dork, said Andrea. I knew that, I said, finally shaking my foot free. Anytime anybody tells you what you did something dumb, always act like you did it on purpose. That's the first rule of being a kid. Ryan rang the doorbell. It played funeral music. I was hoping that nobody would be home, but soon we heard footsteps and the front door slowly creaked open. I held my breath. It was Mrs. Patty. She was still dressed in a witch costume. At least she didn't have an axe. Aha, she said in a scary voice. My last group of trick-or-treaters is finally here. I love your Halloween decorations, Mrs. Patty, said Andrea, who never misses a chance to brown-nose a grown-up. What decorations? Mrs. Patty said. My house always looked like this. I was really sweating now. We better go, I said. It's way past our bedtimes. Isn't there something you want to say first? Asked Mrs. Patty. Yeah, I said. How does that word stay on your nose? You're supposed to say trick or treat, said Mrs. Patty. Oh, Will said, trick or treat. Before I give you candy, she said, you must pass a test. No, that's how it goes, said Michael. All we have to do is say trick or treat and you give us candy. Then we leave. That's the way it's supposed to work. Not here, said Mrs. Patty. Do you want the candy or not? Okay, Ryan said. What's the test? If you go trick-or-treating, said Mrs. Patty, and they give out Twix bars at 10 ounces and Nestle Crunch bars at 5 ounces and Baby Ruth bars at 7 ounces, how many candy bars will you have altogether? Hey, that was totally not fair. Mrs. Patty was trying to turn trick-or-treating into math class. All day long, we have to learn reading and writing and math. My brain is tired after school. I shouldn't have to do more schoolwork. Mrs. Patty isn't even a math teacher. She's a secretary. 22, Andrea answered right away. You'll have 22 candy bars altogether. That is correct, Mrs. Patty said as she turned around. Come in. The candy is down in the basement. Down in the basement? Why couldn't she keep just a bowl of candy in the front hallway like normal people? Mrs. Patty is Patty. I didn't want to go down in Mrs. Patty's basement. I didn't want to see her husband's head in the bucket down there. It figured that Andrea had to be so good at math. If it weren't for her, we could have left. Mrs. Patty opened the door and told us to go down the steps. It was dark. I could hardly see anything except some skulls on the wall with candles inside them. When we got to the bottom, we had to walk through a winding hallway. There were doors going off in different directions. I didn't see any candy anywhere. We weren't sure which way to go. We are lost, Andrea said. Ouch! And Emily said, I hit my hand on something. Let's turn around and make a run for it, I said, before it's too late. I'm scared, Michael said. I think I'm going to pee in my pants, said Ryan. If I die, Andrea told Emily, you can have my candy. You are a true friend, said Emily. You can have my candy if I die. I wish they would both die. I didn't even care if I got the candy or not. We came to the end of the hallway. There was a door. A sign on the door said, Candy in here. I put my hand on the doorknob. Don't open that door, Michael said, just as I was about to turn the doorknob. Why not? I asked. In horror movies, Michael explained, whenever somebody opens a door, a crazy guy wearing a mask leaps out with an axe or something. Don't be silly, Ryan said. Open the door, AJ. We'll get the candy and get out of here. I looked at Ryan. Emily looked at Andrea. Michael looked at me. I didn't want to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. So I turned the doorknob. Do you want to know what was behind the door? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. But you have to read the next chapter. So na boo boo on you.